ain't gonna always taste good. But this is what you need. Men and women, bottom line, we need to have the conversation. Your partner wants to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space aliens. I'll save anybody. I don't care. I'll teach a hedgehog how to have a threesome.
What do you mean by that?
Look, you don't have to listen to me, but you're wrong. Listen, I know I'm great. And I know you're thinking, Dante, there's no way I could be like you. But you could be me, you know why? Because you know who I was? Before I was me, I was you.
Man School 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
Yo, GYBB, get your balls back. www.dd, whatever. What would Dante do? I don't know what I'm talking about today. But we in the building. We here. We ready to rock and roll. So let's go. Little technical difficulty, but it happens. If y'all are in the comments, please give me a thumbs up if we're sounding nice and clear. Please. Please. Harry, let me hear you. Oh, shit.
Hey.
Wait, let me hear you. Let me get you back in the scene.
There we are, everybody. I think there's an echo there, but I don't know.
What's going on, handsome? How are you?
Doing all right. Living life one day at a time. You know, having a tough time holding these alligators down. But living life, trying to do good deeds. Deeds cost you time and effort. We'll get to that in a little bit later.
Yeah, the ice. I heard you had an ice situation today.
Ice showed up on my property, son. I'm a property. And they showed up. I was.
I thought Harry was a white dude.
No, my friend. No, my friend. Soy Latino. But I wish I had just. They showed up, and by the time I got there, they were gone. But they left the car there, busted up car, and I didn't get a chance to throw them off my property. They snatched somebody up, man. It's fucked up. And they're saying I have an echo here.
Wait a minute. Big shouts to Xavier. $10 on the Cash App. Thank you, brother. Continue. I'm sorry.
So yeah, they're saying I have an echo, buddy. But
how about now? Still
check,
echo?
1,
No.
2. Check, 1, 2. I'm hearing an echo, and then if they're hearing an echo, I don't know why it's feeding back.
Harry got an echo. I turned you down, so you should be good.
Okay. No, I still hear it on my end. I don't know where it's coming in from. If it's an issue,
I'll mic, because I got you down. Your meters ain't even up.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me change my microphone for a second. My microphone. And let me see if it shakes up.
Everybody was like, "Yo, you still an echo?"
I believe, yeah. I'm lagging too. They're saying.
Well, that's just shitty internet.
That's how dare you? I have FiOS. I got good ass FiOS.
Well, I'm not doing it, so I don't know.
Hold on, let's see the audio.
You keep working on your shit. I'm gonna talk some shit because I got a lot of stuff on my mind anyway.
I'm gonna work from the computer here. I'm still getting an echo.
Also, here, your mic sounds low. How's my mic sound, y'all?
Just switched to I have fixed. So.
Yeah, you're low, man. You're.
I'm low. I can raise my stuff up here. Hold on. All right. How's this?
Well, you're peeking out on my shit, but I don't know what the fuck is going on. But how we sound now, y'all? He said my mic sounds nice. My mic sounds nice. Check 1. Too high now. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Yo soy a Latino?
Yeah, I mean, Ice kind of showed up at my place, apparently. And they bust. This dude, I guess, went onto my driveway. And he was looking, I guess, to try to get away from them. And it's weird because I saw them just hanging out, these two dudes. I didn't care. Then when I came back, I am louder now, they're saying. All right, hold on. I lowered my stuff here. but I'm still getting echo.
They didn't say you were too loud. They just said you're louder. Echo again. Jesus.
Yeah.
I got you down low, so I don't know.
Maybe I'll have to let me leave the room and come back.
I don't know.
Let's give that a shot. Let me leave the room and come back.
Sound good, right, people? Wait a minute. You know what? Let me do this. Let me put up the number just in case we got anybody that is in dire need of help. We'll put the number up right now. Checking the comments, making sure we sounding good now. I hope. Echoes, levels at all, LOL, and loud. All right, so Harry's gonna go out and come back in. I got you low. I mean, my shit is peaking, but I got you pretty low. So
all right, hold on, I'll be right back. I don't know how to leave here.
All right. Anywho,
I'll be back.
phone number's up 929-2694. I always like putting the the number up because sometimes people are in dire need and they're coming in hot. You know, something just happened. They just had an argument or just had a phone call or whatever, and they're you know, maybe it happened on the weekend and they trying to get some guidance, and that's what we're here for. Something I wanted to talk about is hold on. Can't stop. So I want to, be in a way so I can be helpful when y'all need. In case y'all are, we were also trying to get go live on Godfrey's channel as well. Because we're not going to go on Godfrey until 10:30. So we got till 10:25 to rock out. If anybody's in, we started late, so let's get it. If y'all got calls and y'all need to, let's get it in. It is what it is. How am I sounding in the comments? How am I sounding? How's that sound? Too loud? Too loud? Now I sound too low. How about that? How's that? I think you're right, Xavier. Harry lost the echo earlier. All right, here's Harry back in. All right, Harry, how you doing?
I'm good. I can hear an echo though.
You still hear an echo?
Yeah, I hear an echo on my end, which means they're hearing it. So I don't want to mess this up.
That's got to be your game.
It's not my. The echo has nothing to do with the game. I mean, I can lower my stuff, but it just lowers me. I still have an echo. It's just a low echo.
Better. He said better. Yes, so somebody said perfect.
Perfect.
Well, you sound low as shit now, Harry. I can turn you up on my end, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really low on my thing, but I am still hearing an echo. Yeah,
all right, well, can't hear. I can't hear your echo. Yeah.
That's very odd.
Anyway, we've been wasting.
I may have to bow out. I don't want to mess up the show today.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear it. Can anybody? Can you in the chat? Can y'all hear the echo or no?
Yes. Can you hear Harry's echo? Sound is
perfect. The sound is perfect.
But still an echo.
Still an echo.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Here's what you do, Harry. When you got to chime in. That's what I would say.
All right.
He said the volume is great.
Volume is great. But we still have the echo.
I can bring Harry down a little more. We can bring the microphone, the monitors down, flatten that out a little bit. That should be better.
Okay.
Anyway, what I want to say is that there's a level of consistency. So what I had a consultation. And a guy who I really had high hopes for, right? Intellectually a really smart dude, all the things that make you kind of not all the things that don't matter, but it makes you insecure about yourself because you don't have it. Great job, intellectual guy, in good shape.
Okay. A lot of potential there.
Damn, Harry, you're low. You gotta turn it up a little.
Yeah, you can turn it up.
You're really low.
Deal with the echo.
But all the things that you would say is important, you know, or what we think, things that we would think you need to be confident, which absolutely makes no difference in the grand grand scheme of things, because of the fact that we always put these kind of constraints on ourselves about what we think is important and what we think is not important. So anything that is our anything on our end would be this kind of thing where we go, oh, I think that women want this, or I think that women want that. I think that women need to have a guy who's 6'2" with a six-pack and stuff. And the reality is that most people don't have that. No, most people are never the ideal surf, but this guy is the ideal that. I mean, he's a athletic dude. I can't look for headphones right now, so we're gonna have to go with it the way it is. I appreciate y'all, but look, we gonna do it the way it's being done right now. But all the things I think that we would say you have to have in order to feel confident. And the reality of this is that those are the constraints that we put on ourselves, you know? Those are the constraints that we decide, hey, I'm not good enough because of this, or I'm not good enough because of that. And a lot of times where you will have, I mean, even guys who have women, I'll give you an example. I was consulting a guy, I was doing a consultation with a guy all the way in Puerto Rico. And he was like a Walmart greeter in Puerto Rico. And he had this kind of older chick that was flirting with him on a regular basis, right? And the crazy thing about it was this woman was clearly, she was hitting on him. This wasn't her, you know, him hitting on her and just hoping that he does well. Like, this woman was clearly about him, you know?
Right. Yeah, I remember the story. I remember the story, yeah.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about that was, even in the context of all of that, he was still thinking about all this other stuff that she didn't even mention was a problem. So finally, he had talked to me extensively, and he says, you know, like, I was gonna ask her out, but I don't have a car, right? Now this woman, sexy little MILF thing, she never said anything about a car. She never mentioned a car. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a problem. But he had created this obstacle that she had no idea. She never even said this was a thing. She met him as a Walmart greeter. She was interested in him, and she was flirtatious and real sexy, and you know, and like older women, when they want what they want, they they want what they want.
They go for it.
It ain't, you know, it ain't no brakes. It's all gas, right? Because they ain't got time to waste. And what's interesting is that even in the context of all of that, he started creating obstacles. I don't have, like, my place is small. I don't have a car. None of these things that she mentioned was a problem, right? And so he started creating these obstacles where he couldn't, all the reasons why this couldn't work out. The crazy thing about it was, I had to say, at what point did this woman mention any of these problems that you kept bringing to the table? Okay, this is why I can't do this. This is why I feel insecure. Now, I'm not saying there's always a possibility that, there might be some standards or something that a woman would go, I don't think you're good enough for this, or you're not my type. But that never even happened, and then he started sabotaging his own. And I think what happens is, I don't know if they can hear you, Harry, but I think you're a good person to talk about this.
Sure. Yeah.
the way that you came up and the fact that you had parents who constantly, your dad constantly, you weren't good enough,
Yeah, I mean, it was never satisfactory for any of them, and then that bleeds into your life as an adult. Because the standards are. I don't know. You just don't feel like you've accomplished anything until you accomplish something major, which is an unfair standard. So you think you're not making enough money. So you think you're less than, and I realized that comes from my family. Because when you were when I was younger and I wasn't making enough money. My dad still doesn't respect me because I don't make more money than him at this point, even though he's retired. Right? My dad, that's all he cares about. But he's an idiot. He'll listen to anybody who makes more money. Like if Jeffrey Epstein was alive, my dad would take financial advice from Jeffrey Epstein and be like, my friend Jeffrey said I should take all my money and put him in chip stocks. And he's a pedophile. He's a pedophile with the Mercedes doll.
Yeah.
And so you end up in that situation where like, all right. So for me, I still struggle with that. I don't think I'm enough because I don't make enough money. Right. And what I realized is that's not how I got any of my girl. I never made any money like to that level.
Shit, Harry, he said the echo is crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I may have to bow out. I don't want to mess up the show here.
I can actually, we're so close. I can finish your story.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
I'm not a white guy. Let's get that clear, Venice. Let's just get that clear. Let's just make sure it's clear. I'm half Latino, half Armenian.
All right.
Yes, so we know it's me. We know you're referring to me and not Dante as the white guy. All right, I'm going to bow out. The echo is insanity. I just want to say that today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I'm going to do my podcast after you guys. Harry has ADHD, so if you want to follow me after the show, I'm going to be doing that live on my YouTube channel at Harry Turjanian. So,
all right, check out Harry's thing after this. All right,
or just sign up right now. Just subscribe and like while you're watching this, just to help me out. Any social media. All right, guys. Sorry I couldn't be on the thing tonight.
We'll figure it out. Harry will tell you I was on the phone with the tech guy for 2 hours today, so I apologize. Harry, I'm gonna holler back.
Okay. See you.
All right. Okay. How do y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Okay. Let me get a thumbs up if y'all hear me okay. Somebody in the comment, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clear. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep. Well, what happens is, okay, cool. What Harry is saying is that you get parents that kind of put these constraints on you in a way that is really uncomfortable because of the fact that these are the people who are supposed to give you they're the ones that are supposed to actually give you your self-esteem. And we're in a situation where because they were discouraged and all the things that happened to them, they like kids don't come. I've said this 100 times. Kids don't come with directions. And so what you do is, more often than not, is you take a situation where you raise your kids the way that you were raised. All right, we got a call. I'm going to shut my mouth and help some people. We don't got that much time because we got to shut down at 10:30, so I want to definitely get all the calls in as much as I can. Bing, 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 bing.
Press 2.
Yo, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Denzel. I'm calling from Los Angeles.
What's up, Denzel? How you doing, bro? How can I help you?
Okay, I'm a first-time caller. I'm on live now.
Thanks for calling in, bro.
Hello?
Thanks for becoming part of the family. How can I help you? You on right now?
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, I'm just calling to be honest. I've checked out a couple of your lives before, and I noticed that the title is Man School.
Yeah,
it's Man School, right?
Well, that's the name of the name of the podcast.
Channel. Okay, all right. So I guess I could call in and ask for advice or
whatever. If you got something going on,
do you have a topic?
We don't
You
have a
got a
topic
topic or
today.
something?
Just whatever. It's like free for all. Whatever on your mind.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I really, I don't.
Man, you sound troubled.
I
What's
don't-
going on?
No, well, yeah, I got a lot of trouble.
I can tell. So let's get it out, because I think a lot of times what will happen is, because we're so caught up in our own stuff, right? And we think that we think that it ain't nobody else gone through it. And what I will tell you is, I've been doing this podcast for over 10 years, right? And I have yet, well, I can't say never, but very rarely do people say something or have a problem that relates to something that I haven't heard before. Like, we as men, as women, as human beings, we have the same problems, and it's just because of the emotion involved, because of the emotional attachment. A lot of times we can't decipher it. You know how, like, sometimes you can give your boy advice that you probably wouldn't take yourself,
Yeah, facts, 100%.
So you sound pensive. What's going on? Talk to me.
I'm pretty much a loser. I'm a loser in life.
Okay.
And I'm not
Wait.
saying
Stop. I'm not gonna let you do that. And I'm gonna tell you what.
I mean, but some people.
Let me finish.
My bad, OG.
Let me finish.
OG. All right, go ahead.
I'm not gonna let you do that. Okay. Now.
All right.
I get that there are times that we have made decisions that put us in a funky situation, right? And the greatest thing about being a loser is tomorrow you don't have to be. You understand? But you wallowing in this kind of self-doubt and personal abuse is something I'm not gonna. And here's a crazy thing, right? And if you look in one of the comments, John, let me put this comment up. I want you to see this. John Lara Universe says, if he's calling in, he's a winner in my book. How dope is that?
I don't want to be a loser. So, he is right. I'm trying to get out of this.
Okay, but you got to understand that the simple fact that you're making an effort is more of an effort than most people do. I have cultivated a community of supportive, and the thing is, you think that it's almost like that your problems but it ain't. We all going through it to a different degree. What do you think that you've done why would you classify yourself as a loser?
Well, I'm 38 years old. I ride the bus, public transportation. In LA, it's not like New York where it's okay to catch the bus. It's extremely difficult out here. You got to have a car in LA. I have nothing to my name. I'm homeless. I live in a shelter. I mean, do you want me to keep going?
Okay, Denzel, let me ask you this. So here's my question. Do you have a job?
No, I don't. I'm in school right now. I'm going to school because, out here in LA, man, it's really hard to find a job.
Okay, wait. So you're homeless and you're in school?
I'm in the shelter. Yeah, I'm in the shelter.
You're in a shelter, but you're in school?
Yeah.
What are you in school for?
I'm trying to take up welding. I'm learning welding. I'm trying to, because it's important for me to learn a skill because, you can't really, if you don't have a skill nowadays, it's really hard to get a job.
I agree. But let me say something to you. You're in a
But I just started.
Okay,
so
how long have you started?
I've been doing this. 3 weeks ago. The semester just started. It's this fall semester. So, I'm new to this. I'm not.
So how is it going, man? How is it going?
It's pretty difficult, man. I mean, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying to figure it out. But it is, it ain't supposed to be easy. I get that. It's not supposed to be easy. But, I don't know. I'm nervous because I feel like this might not be for me. And,
why do you think it might not be for you?
I just think the way life works out, man. Like,
oh, come on, wait. I can't.
It's losers. It's losers and winners in life. You know
Denzel,
that.
that's
You
not
know
true.
that. Come
That's
on.
not true.
But
That's
some
not
people
true.
not gonna make it. Some people not gonna make it. You don't think that?
No, I don't. I think
Everybody's
people
gonna make it. Huh?
I think. Listen, we could talk about the fact that some people won't do as well as other people, but I don't even think that. I mean, the simple fact that you're. First of all, I'm going to tell you what you got. Let's tell you what you got in your favor. Number one, you are currently looking at what your problems are in an honest way, right? I think you're being way too negative about this. Let me ask you this: what were the decisions that you made prior to this that put you in this situation where late in the game you're trying to figure out what to do?
Just working dead end jobs, to be honest, bro. Like I work retail. I used to do security, and every job that I get, I always kind of like see myself like, all right, this is going to be it. I'm going to work here. I'm going to work my way up to the top. I'm going to start from the bottom. I want to be a company man. I'm going to I'm going to do overtime, and I'm going to, and I always end up getting fucked.
Denzel, okay, let me say something.
I'm going to say this, and it's my fault. It's my fault.
Okay, why do you say it's your fault?
Because I've made mistakes.
And
I don't blame the white man. I don't blame
what are those mistakes that you made that you've identified?
Oh, okay, so all right, well, not my last job, but jobs that I had when I was working security. I was a supervisor at one of my jobs, and I'm a beta male. I will say that. I am a beta male. I'm not an alpha male. I accept that I'm a beta male. Not everybody's going to be an alpha male. You feel me?
Okay.
Some people are going to be the guys that are going to date the single moms. They're going to date the fat women. They're going to date the women that nobody wants. And I accept it. I accept my role in society.
Denzel, stop. Okay. You gotta, wow. Okay. First of all, I want you to do this, right? We go live. We go live every Sunday and every Tuesday, right? I want you to understand, and sometimes on Thursdays, if I can get myself to do it, right? What I want you to do is I want you to start listening out, okay? I want you to start listening. We do it like 8 o'clock. How are you watching me? How are you listening to me right now?
I'm on my phone. I got
on what? On YouTube?
Yeah, I got it on the phone. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Look, so Sunday and Tuesdays definitely, and sometimes on Thursdays we go live at like 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:30. You know, sometimes I'm a little late depending on if I got other stuff going on. First thing I want you to do is start listening. Okay?
Yeah, I don't listen consistently. I tap in when I can.
Okay. I mean, you got to do it when you got to do it. Second thing I want you to understand is I'm looking at the comments right now, right? Everybody in the comments is like, keep your head up and grind. If you're here calling in, then you're not a loser. Everybody's saying it's a mindset and a decision. This is no cap. If he got a guard card, I can get him a job in L.A. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't look at the comments.
Do you have a guard? Yeah. I'm not sure what a guard card, but if you can, Venice
basically
says
it's a license. It's a license that give you, that basically says you are qualified to be a security guard.
Do you have a guard card?
No, I don't. I can get it, but I mean, I'm in school right now. But I definitely, if I could get that gentleman's information, then I would. What was his name?
He's Venice 902. Venice, do me a favor. Post your Instagram or whatever, and then and I'll pass it on to him. Okay, post it right now, and I'll pass it on.
I see it. I see the brother.
Okay,
yeah.
Venice,
okay.
If you can, post your Instagram or whatever, and then I'm gonna get him to you so y'all can connect. Second thing I want you to start doing, I want you to start listening to this show, right? There's nothing but brothers in here who have issues and whatever the fuck is going on with them. Look at many faces saying, I work with men like this every day. There are resources, and most of all, if you are here and you're the furthest thing from a loser, you have to understand you're in school, dude. You are already making the thing. What you got to do is stick to it. Even if the welding is difficult to do, right? Just stay in the game. If you stay in, even if you're not the greatest welder of all time, man, if you get the skill, right, you can start to work your way out of what your position is. But the first thing you got to do, the first thing you have to do is you got to go and you got to first stick to it. Second thing is you got to stop beating yourself up. Let me explain something. There's when people talk about alpha men and all of this, alpha men it's all a facade. And I'm gonna tell you why being an alpha man is a facade. And being an alpha man, and this is all this internet shit and all this red pill stuff that everybody's talking about. Being an alpha man means that you need to be in control at all times.
Yeah, I'm not in control of my life.
Wait a minute.
I'm losing
you
control.
gotta listen to me. You gotta listen to me, Denzel. Being an alpha man means that you need to be in control, and that also means you want to be in control even when you don't have the skills to be in control. What I like to say is, and you can Google this later, but there's something I call the Sigma man. It's a guy who is confident enough to step aside and ask for help, confident enough to let people who know more to actually be able to step aside and ask for help and put themselves in a position where they can grow and where they can let people help them out. Because even on this live right now, we got people that are willing to help you. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear you.
Okay, so even if even when we're talking about that, right? You got to understand that you're already in a position where, like, people are ready to fuck with you. And you found a safe space where we're not gonna let you. Look, give me a thumbs up in the comments if anybody's ever let motherfuckers dog somebody out in the comments. I don't allow it here. I'll kick you off the comments. Because life is difficult enough without having people trying to drag you down. Most of the time when people are dragging other people down, it's because they're insecure about who they are. If you got to be big by standing on somebody else's neck, you ain't big, you just scared. You a bitch. What really makes you a man is that the fact that you're able to reach down and help people who need the help. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So you already are in school, right? You're in school. Welding is a great skill to know. If you finish this course, you will have a skill that you can market anywhere. If you listen to this, if you stay and you listen to this podcast and you stay on here, you can connect with guys on this thing that'll help you. Somebody just offered you a job that if you can get this or get that, there's other people that say that there's resources. You can literally go in a situation where people are trying to lift you up. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
And
yes,
I don't. Whatever you were yesterday don't matter. I don't care. It's about what you do today. And if you make a real effort, there's no way in the world that you're not gonna. I can't tell you how far you can go, but I promise you that you can go further than you ever thought you would go if you just stay consistent and you show up. Even this, when you say, I don't even know if this is for me or it's not, it don't even matter if it's for you. If you're in a program and they're teaching you how to weld, man, learn everything you can. Pay attention, show up early, stay late. If you got a teacher and the teacher's teaching you, and here's the thing, if I know your teacher knows how to weld, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so whenever somebody takes an interest in something that somebody else is doing, do you know how they take them? How much they take their whatever they're doing? The fact that this person is interested in what they're doing. I've been a comic for I've been a stand-up comic for 24 years. When I get a young kid and he's got questions and he wants to know, I stop and teach. Do you know why? Because I want somebody to learn it the right way. So, but you got to stop beating yourself up. All this, whatever your situation is right now, doesn't have to be your situation later. It can all change. And I mean, it can change within 6 months.
Yeah.
But you gotta not beat yourself up. Now, I have to imagine that there's other stuff going on underneath that, right? Why you don't have no self-esteem. And it's not just because you haven't had success, because you're you're in your late 30s and you haven't achieved something. It happens when we're children.
Yeah, you're right, man.
We sabotage ourselves because the people who raise us a lot of times don't know how to raise us. But why don't they know how to raise us? They don't know how to raise us because they've gone through their own. They have all gone through their own trauma and stress, and they're just passing it down the road.
Yeah.
So we got to forgive them people, but we also got to stop listening to them. You understand?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, I really like my mother. She passed away. I forgave her. You feel me? Like she made mistakes with me growing up, and my father. You know, I don't really like. I forgave my father too. I don't have much of a relationship with him, but I understand what you're saying though. Like, 'cause my father, he got his own situation that he going through, and I felt like he abandoned me when I was younger, you know, because my mother was the type of a woman that, like, she would talk down on my dad, and she made me hate him. So as a child, I remember, like, hating my father, and I didn't even know why I hated my dad. And so when I got older, my mother didn't know how to deal with me, so she was trying to be on some menace to society type shit. You gonna go live with your dad. And when I went to go live with my dad, I was like, damn, my mother was the crazy one this whole time.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to stay with my pops on some permanent type shit, and he was like, nah, because he already had moved on and he was living with another woman.
But listen, Denzel, but let me say something to you, right? How long ago was this?
That was a long ass time ago. I was 17.
Okay.
I was 17.
What I'm saying is that you have to understand the pain and the trauma that you went through with you at 17. You are 38 years old, right?
Yeah.
And the way those people hurt you, they're never going to be able to hurt you like that again. You understand?
Yeah, no.
You're never going to be as vulnerable as you were when you were 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You're never going to go through that again. So you got to understand, and I don't want to demean it as if to say, hey, you don't, it doesn't matter, because it matters, because it's something that's cutting your legs out every time you try to take a step forward. But you also got to understand, it ain't so. That's not what your situation is anymore. You understand what I'm saying?
Over 20 years ago. It's 20 years ago.
I've dealt with dudes who got molested, SA'd at 10 years old, and they're holding that in to the point where it sabotages their whole life in the context, because they're dealing with this trauma. And the reality is, what they don't understand is, you ain't never gonna be 10 years old again. They're afraid of being abused. They're afraid of being taken advantage of, and they're grown-ass men. This is not even a thing that can affect you. Thank you, Darren. Thanks for the $100, bro. I will. You know what? I will send it to him. I don't
need the money. I don't need the money, Dante. I appreciate that. I'm good. Like, I'm good. Nah, I don't need the money.
I'm gonna send you this $100 anyway. Listen to me.
Nah.
Shut up. I'm gonna send you this $100 anyway. It don't even matter if you don't need it or whatever. What I need you to do is, I just DM me. Rude, thanks team. Darren Warden, let me give him his props. Sent $120. 100 of it is for you. So I appreciate that. So it don't even matter if you don't want it. I'm gonna send it to you. I need you to, but what I need you to do is I need you to send me a on my Instagram is Dante Nero, the Dante Nero. Send me your name and whatever, and I'll get this $100 to you, okay? And I'll add a little something to it, okay?
All right, for sure. I mean, but I'm trying to hear what you're talking about. Like, I mean,
but what I want you to do is you got to stick with it, bro. Just stick with it, and stop beating yourself up. You're not a child anymore. So all the abuse and the trauma that you've went through, nobody's ever gonna do that to you again because you ain't gonna let them. Do you understand me?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
And because logically you know that, and I think sometimes we can't even conceive the fact that the fear and the trauma, and we're in this kind of spiral. And something that I say all the time is never let emotion have a seat at the table. And we're in a situation where you're emotional about this stuff, right? And then you can't even think clearly. But you got to understand that the fear and the stuff that you're feeling it's not even real. You're a grown man.
Yeah, you're right.
Your mother.
Right.
I mean, no disrespect, but your mom is gone.
Yeah, it's 100. It's 100. No disrespect. You're right.
And so what you do today is going to benefit you for the rest of your life. It's never too late. Greatest thing in the world about being a loser today is tomorrow you don't have to be one. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I need you to DM me, right? DM me on Instagram at all?
Yeah, I got IG.
Okay, I want you to DM me on Instagram, right? And I'm gonna see if I can help you out. Anybody else who said they can help him with a job or whatever, hit me on the DMs. I'm gonna go through the DMs tonight. Send me your number. I will connect you, and I'll connect you with anybody that can help you. But what I need you to do is I need you to stay in this safe space, right? Of listening to this podcast, and we gonna help you lift you, because you're gonna hear some of the same stuff that you're going through. A lot of dudes are going through it to different degrees, to more severe degrees, and everywhere in between it. But you gotta understand something, man. You gotta have somebody to talk to. You gotta have models to pick up, because you think it's just about you. And it's not. Yeah. Your limitations are the limitations that you allow. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
What's my Instagram?
I'm looking it up. I'm on your YouTube channel, but is it on your YouTube channel? I see it. Real Man School 202.
You can hit me on that one if you want, or hit me on the Dante Nero.
I'm searching it right now.
TheDantenero. Hit me on that, okay?
All right, I see you on live on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on live now. Okay, we on live on everything, but most important, I think you need to listen to this show.
I'm gonna tap in more frequently. I always tap in whenever I can, but yeah, tonight afternoon, I was just like, man, I had the courage to call you, and I just said, fuck it, let me just hit you up.
And I want you to check in. I want you to check in, and when you feel like this, call in, okay?
Yeah, for sure. All right, I appreciate you, Dante, for real, man. You don't know how this conversation has helped me. It helped me a lot, man. For real.
We can fix it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Whatever it is, we can fix it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
And then when you get this job with the welding, right? With the welding and you making big money and riding around in the Benz, then you can pay me for some fucking consultations, okay?
Oh no, yeah, for sure. Well, honey, yeah, I got you on the back end. I got you with interest.
All
with
right.
interest, OG. Thank you, Dante.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
All right.
Don't
Appreciate
forget forget to hit me, okay?
I'm about to hit you right now.
All right, cool. Later.
All right, man. Peace.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that we started off talking about this, and then you get, because it just feels like it's, man, it feels like it's only us, and it ain't. I'm looking at the comments, man, and motherfuckers is, I mean, how cool is it that you can come on here and listen and talk about some shit, and then people who know that they're going through the same shit, are willing to lift you up. I want to go through the phone lines is open, so let me put the line. In case I don't want to miss out on nothing, but I want to go through some of the comments and stuff because this, y'all motherfuckers, everybody's so goddamn hard, right? And then when it touches a nerve, you motherfuckers y'all motherfuckers get like big brothers. Y'all a bunch of big brothers. Y'all all full of shit. Everybody's a gangster. And they feel the pain. You feel the pain of other people's. That's what the E is in ACE is empathy. If we don't get another call, man, I'm good today, man. Here's let me go over these. Alexandro Hernandez. He says he needs to adjust his outlook. He needs to adjust too much alpha male shows. He's putting himself down, and he continues to do so. He will stay down if he keeps doing it. Great standpoint, powerful Xavier. If he's in Cali, there's a ton of resources. Thanks, Xavier. Nashawn Blaine. He needs to adjust his outlook on life. He's beating his own mind and losing in life. We got to call. Got to help the people when we need to help them, bro. Let me get this call up. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Shai from California.
What up, Shai? How you doing?
I'm good, Dante. I've been watching for a while.
How can I help you, brother?
So right now I'm at an age where I'm 31 years old, and I've always been a long-term relationship type of guy.
Right.
And now I'm to the point where I'm starting to, have a lot of girls around and stuff like that. So I was calling to see, how do I transition from being the relationship guy to, the guy who's honest and has multiple girls, but in an honest way.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just take care of this real quick. Big shout out to Wilver Sepulveda sending $10. Also cash, nice $20 for Elaine LaForest. $20 from him. Thank you, brother. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for helping support the show. Here's my thing. Have you ever heard me talk about laying the 5 bricks?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so have you at least attempted to do that?
Yeah, I not every single day, but usually on the weekends. I work a lot on the week. On the weekends, yeah, I'm usually always around women, just having conversations.
First thing, first of all, laying the 5 bricks is not having conversations, right? Do you know what laying the 5 bricks is? What it entails?
No, not specifically.
Okay, so it entails you giving 5 women a compliment, five a day, strange women a day. The compliment has to be honest, and you're not trying to get a number. You are just paying a compliment and you're moving on. You do that 5 times a day. What's interesting, you start telling me, well, you work a lot and you're this and that. All of those are excuses. If you were trying to get in the best shape of your life, right? And you told me, yeah, I'm going to the gym, and I was like, well, how often you go into the gym? And you said, well, I work a lot and I don't really get in the gym. What is the possibility of you actually getting in shape?
like slim to none.
Slim to none. Why? Because you need the discipline where you have to show up, and you got to show up every day, right? And if you don't have the time, you got to make the time. If that means getting up early to get to the gym, you got to do that, right? So understand something. Relationships and women and, you know, being able to socialize and stuff, it is a skill just like anything else. And if you don't practice, you won't get better at it. You understand?
Yeah, I got you.
And so you have to have a regimen from which you can build the skills, and you have to do it on a basic level. If you were trying to work out, even if you wasn't hitting the gym, right? Let's say you got up every morning, you did 100 push-ups every morning, right? If you were consistent about it, you're going to see a difference, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But if you don't do it consistently, then you just yapping, and that's fine. But you can't not make a commitment to this, and then expect some kind of outcome that you're just not going to get. Make sense?
Yeah, it does. Well, I actually like have a lot of girls that I deal with. It's just more so like facilitating like how to honestly have them all know about each other.
Have them what?
Just all know about each other and be okay with it.
Well, you have to start out being honest. Like if you're not starting out from an honest perspective, then then you're lying. You feel me?
Well, usually when I meet them, I tell them I'm not looking for a serious relationship.
Yeah, but then once you get with them, then they bend your will into doing something you don't want to do, right?
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
You start lying, right? And then you start lying.
No, I don't lie to them.
Okay, then what do you do? Then what do you do? How do you end up in a relationship where, or how are you in a situation where you've told somebody that you're not down the way they want you to be down, and then what's the problem? I mean, look, understand something. You're not going to have every woman is just not going to be okay with that. The point is, you only can be with the women who want to be that. You can't make people do things you don't want to do, but you can present yourself to them in an honest and open way. And then when they push back again, so what happens when they push back and they start bullying you into a relationship?
Well, usually I meet them, I tell them I'm not looking for a relationship. I deal with multiple women, and then once they try to bend my will, the relationship just breaks down, and we just stop talking.
Okay, but here's what you have to do is, once the relationship breaks down, is usually when they push you too far, right? When you feel like you push too far, you push back. But when you ever sleep with somebody you're in a bed with somebody, and then they keep like nudging you over till you falling off the bed?
Yeah.
The problem is you can't wait till you're falling off the bed. As soon as somebody starts to make you feel uncomfortable, you got to be all open and honest and speak up about it then. So as soon as somebody starts telling you what they want and then it's something that you don't want to, you have to be upfront and honest about that. You can't wait until it gets uncomfortable, because if you wait until you get uncomfortable, what they're going to feel like is, yeah, you said you didn't want nothing, but you let me, you started doing things that you didn't want to do normally, and now you trying to act like you don't want a relationship when you was acting like a relationship. As soon as somebody is disrespectful to me or pushing me to a point where I'm uncomfortable with what they're doing, I let them know, and I let them know that if they're not going to, if they can't deal with the scenario that I'm putting forth, what I'm willing to give, right? then if they can't deal with that, then I end it. I don't wait for them to end it. I end it. I go, look, if this is not what you want, then this way she doesn't have to be mad at you, and you don't have to be mad at her, and you don't have to feel pushed and pressed and stuff. See, the problem is 90% of the people that 90% of the guys that I consult and they call it, they're liars. Now, when I say they're liars, they're not liars in terms of dirtbags. Like, they don't lie. They don't lie, I'm going to steal your money, I'm going to, fraud your credit cards, but they'll lie because they don't want to create a problem. They don't want to create a problem with it that they're going to have to confront later, right? Or they'll lie because they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, right? So you let it go, you let it go, and then when it blows up in your face, then everybody resents everybody. If she and sometimes they'll push you to the point where you start lying, and understand something. Omission is the same as a lie. So if somebody says if they're going, where you going? I'm going. I got a date. And they'll go, well, oh, you got a date? Yeah, I got a date. And because you're being honest about it, then you're making it clear. You're reminding people that this is what the situation. And doesn't have to be any hard feelings but you got to be honest. And because you're honest, she will respect you for it. She may not like it. She may even leave. But at the very least, she'll respect you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You sound like a nice guy. So it sounds to me like, then some girl is like, she's going, oh, my feelings are hurt, I like you. Now you're in a bind because you don't want to hurt her, right? Now,
yeah, that's usually what happens. Yeah.
Let me tell you what'll happen. Let me tell you what happens. Have you ever had a girl where you were dating that you liked her and she didn't like you as much as you liked her?
No, not really. No.
Well, fuck you. I'm playing with you. What I'm saying, my point is that when a girl gets tired of you and you not good enough, how long does she stick around before she dumps you?
Oh, on the back end, yeah, immediately. You're in the HR department,
right? Before like they'll walk you to the HR department. What I'm saying is, and I'm not saying you should be angry about that because every woman has a right to make the decision of what's best for her. But what's interesting is that men will take that L and move on. Women will passive aggressively or sometimes aggressively manipulate you into something that you don't even want. And then when you've been pushed so far to the edge of the bed that you're getting ready to fall and you holding on the headboard, then you say, look, I don't want to do this. And then she goes, oh, so now you don't want to do this. And then you go, well, I told you this I literally did a podcast with some young ladies and they were saying, dudes be buying flowers and kissing you in the morning and calling you, hey babe, how you doing? And and then you don't want to be in a relationship. And I said to her on the podcast, it was like, it's all women podcast. I go, so because we don't want the same things, are you saying to me that I can't be nice to you? Because isn't that what she's saying in essence?
Yeah, pretty much.
Treat me like trash so I don't like you. And I would say to that, I'm not a trashy dude. I'm not a mean dude. Why would I like you? Why would I want to sleep with you? Why would I want to be in your company? Why would I want to teach you and learn from you and engage with you and then want to treat you like trash? So if she needs somebody who is abusive to her so she can't fall in love with him, which in itself, that's a toxic situation anyway. She's probably going to like you more that you shit on her because she don't have no self-worth anyway. So she's going to like, if you pull away, then she likes you more. What you got to do is you got to be upfront, but you got to be upfront all the time. And you can't assume if the behavior doesn't match up with the understanding of what you want your life to look like, you gotta speak up. And if you speak up and it still ends up being that way, look, I'm done. I think it's best we don't deal with each other. Don't wait for it to get cut off. Don't wait for it to, because what you're doing is you're sticking it out and you're trying to make these compromises. Like I always say, the relationships are the easiest thing in the world. You just got to know what your non-negotiables and then never negotiable. But they push you and push you and push you, and then when you blow up, then you're the monster. I'm saying I'm the monster up front. And I don't mean that in a real sense. I'm just saying that my happiness is important. My happiness is more important than yours, because if I'm happy, what am I going to do but do more for you? If you're kind to me and you allow me to, that is, see, what women don't understand, and I don't know if any women are on the live right now, but if that's how you get a nigga, don't give him no problems. You don't give a nigga no problems, and because every other girl he's dealing with is giving him stress. And unless he's a toxic dude too, you know, a dude who's had a mom that was abusive or a father that was, I mean, this is so crazy. Like, parents suck, man. I mean, it's because you got to understand that we're in a place right now where we're being more mentally aware of what we say and what we do and how it affects a kid, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you get a mother, you hear a mother right now go, you ain't shit, you ain't never gonna be shit. If you heard a mother say that, you'd be like, oh my God. Or you see, you know, back in the days when I was a kid, you watch, man, I've watched mothers come up to the school and beat somebody's ass in the school in front of the class. Can you imagine the shame and the trauma that creates? Come up to the class and they mama beat them in front of the class.
Yeah, that's wild.
And not even think about the trauma and the pain and the anguish. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't have firm boundaries, but I'm just saying people get down like that. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's insane.
So what I'm saying is we get these insecurities, the way we're raised and so on and so forth, and then this is why I always say this is why I've had such a problem with all of these red pill dudes and Kevin Samuels and what's the other dude, the guy with the beard, all these dudes is talking shit, and it's just trash. It ain't, you know, like Kevin Samuels used to use statistics. So many percentage of women and da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, none of it happens like that. What guy that's listening to this live right now hasn't dated a woman with a child at some point in time in their life? But then there's
yeah, that's why
go ahead.
That's why I like listening to you, Dante, because when you're explaining things, I can tell it's not just statistics. It's coming from your real life, personal experiences. And just by talking to me for like 2 seconds, you hit the nail on the head about, you know, compromises and letting them incrementally try to steer the situation towards a relationship, which goes against what I initially said, but I didn't.
You didn't check
enforce
it.
That.
I used to say this back in the days. When you feel a tingle in your nuts, understand you're getting ready to get kicked in the balls. There's a reason why when the first time you in that bed and you move over to get a little space, and then she moves over next to you, and then you move over to get a little space, and she moves. Then you go. You know, you like, God damn, right? But that's when you gotta, hey, wake up. Give me some space. Give me some room. You're pushing me off the bed. Oh, well, I like being close to you. I understand that. I like you being close to me, but you're pushing me off the bed. Oh, okay. Right? But if you wait till she's pushing you off the bed, she's gonna be like, well, you let me push you this far. Why would it be a problem now? Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why would it be a problem now? You got to think about that. All of that stuff you got to think about. You got to think about it in a real way, because what happens ultimately is we get in a situation where you get pushed and pushed and pushed, and then you can't stop. You can't stop, you know?
Yeah. Yep. And ultimately, it's my responsibility to.
It is absolutely. Your happiness is always your responsibility. It's nobody else's. It's only your responsibility. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I would say
awesome.
to you. You gotta, if you can, when you get a chance, get a, like, let me put this up real quick. If you want to start the program. The program is one-on-one consultations. I do consultation. I'll start you on the program, and I help you go through the stages of it. All of this is a skill. We just talked to my man. He's learning how to weld. It's 3 weeks in. You gotta, if you ain't gonna be good at nothing in 3 weeks, you gotta be consistent. No. Mm-hmm. You know how long I've done comedy? I've done comedy for 25 years, coming up on 25 years. My first 8 years of doing stand-up comedy, I got on stage probably 15 times a week. That's how deep I was in. You don't get good unless you put in the time and the effort. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. Yep.
And if you can't afford the consultation, don't forget to check out the Patreon. Sign up for the Patreon, because I go through this. So the thing about the Patreon is the subscription. It's like, on the lowest tier, it's $9 to get the lowest tier, but you can actually send a message to me in the consultation in on the Patreon, and I will literally gauge a show about whatever you want to talk about. You feel me?
Yeah. All right, I'm hopping there for sure.
Okay. All right, brother. I appreciate you.
I appreciate
Thanks for calling, bro.
All right, thank you.
I think we also got to start looking at things like progress is when somebody climbs to the highest mountain, it starts with one step. You can't digest the whole mountain in one fell swoop. It takes time. It takes energy. It takes fortitude and stick to it. And you're gonna, trust me, you're gonna make mistakes. I guarantee you make mistakes. And even the stuff I tell you to do, trust me, you're gonna fuck it up.
Massage.
What's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Hey, Dante Nero, it's Anthony from Melbourne, Australia.
What's going on, Ann? How are you, brother?
Hey, I'm going freaking phenomenal, man. Absolutely fantastic. Hey, everyone listening to the live, do the consultations full stop. It's absolutely game-changing. Since doing the consultations with you, I've probably done maybe 5 in total.
Yeah.
Making more money, more successful with women. The relationships around me are improving. So these are personal relationship, business relationship, friends and family. Everything's just coming through better and better.
Man, thank you, Anthony. Thank you for giving me a little commercial, because as much as I try to say it, it's crazy, because what's funny, Anthony? I watch some of these dudes online, and they're charging 10 grand and 6 grand for a weekend, and it's just like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know if you know that guy. Where was that guy? There was some dude that came out of jail, and he was talking about putting his file up his ass. I forget his name, like a tattoo dude up with a bald head tattoo.
And West Boston.
Yeah, I think he just got arrested and stuff. But it's like, man, it's here's the other thing is, and you can speak to this too, Anthony, is I practice this stuff. Like, this is not just, I'm just not telling you something. I'm not Myron and fresh and fit, and I'm living another life, and in the meantime I'm on the honey spot, or the sweet daddy spots where I'm paying for, I'm tricking and whatever else. Like, I live my life like this. So understand some my sincerity to what this cause is. Because the minute you start, and you and I talked about this too.
Yeah.
The minute you start doing the fuck shit, not being honest, keeping your word, the best of your life starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
All of the progress that you get, it starts to fall to shit. You do not, you do not have there's no choice. You either do it or your life ends up fucked up.
Yeah.
You either tell the truth or you end up in a situation where people don't believe you. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
There's a lot of fancy. Yeah, no, all good. There's a lot of fancy words, a lot of fancy concepts that people use, which just basically they're just justifying their own bullshit, and they try to call other people into it as well, so they feel good about themselves. But at the end of the day, the truth always rings out. What you're doing, I went through a book. It's called The Courage to Be Disliked.
Yeah.
It talks about Adlerian psychology, and it's just about going through the process, and that's where everything comes from.
Yeah.
So it's although you don't really talk about things like technique and whatever, that's the technique.
Well,
is not where the magic happens.
The flowery words don't mean nothing if you don't get it. I mean, this is, like people get on me sometimes. I shit on Jordan Peterson constantly because he speaks in ways that everybody, he's so smart. No, he's not. He's a fucking clown. Because he's a clown. Because why? Because he talks in ways.
He developed his style.
Because he's developed his
style, arguing with arguing with people going to college who have, who've never actually lived in the real world.
I'm going to tell you something.
Style.
Even further, it's not even a style. 100%, it's a con, and I'll tell you why. If I'm talking to you. And I genuinely want to help you, right? I need to speak to you in a way that you get what I'm talking about. If I'm talking above your head, intellectually above your head, or even emotionally above your head, that where you can't understand it, then there's two things there's one of three things that are happening. Either you too stupid to read the room, right?
Thank you.
Either two, you're so you're a fucking scumbag and you're trying to, it's a scam, right? Or you are so unaware of what's going on that you're not even aware that you're not even accomplishing what you're supposed to be accomplishing.
Yeah.
There's no other. So if I want to speak to if I'm speaking to you, I need to figure out what level you're at, and I need to teach you on the level that you're at. If I'm not doing that, then I'm full of shit.
Yeah. So, if we're taking the perspective of I'm coming in from a consultation and getting consulted by you, the more I'm caught up in my own bullshit, the harder it is for you to do your job, and it just makes it longer. So it's just easier to kind of.
And I'm going to say something.
It's a hard process. Empty the cup and then come to you.
Anthony, you and I have had battles. Like I've screamed on you because you were so. There were times where you were so adversarial, trying to find every excuse why you couldn't do this, and this is not this, and what's the meaning of life? I don't. I'm like, just do what the fuck. Shut up, and go do what I tell you to do. Real quick, I want to say this. Harry just chimed in. He said there's hundreds of videos on YouTube. Harry said I used to be just like him. I used to be just like him. Everybody, you gotta understand something, man. This is a service that we're creating that nobody else is doing it. Nobody else. The brother who's my frat brother who sent Denzel $100 to help him out. That dude is a professional, a successful professional. And I've consulted with him because we all fall off. So this is a service that is needed, and we don't have this because if you're not, you're listening to dumb Steve Harvey or you're listening to all these knuckleheads who really don't have your interest. And I'm probably not rich because of the fact that there's a level of integrity that but I can't. I also I can't do what I can't do for. If I'm not being righteous, because the happiness and the respect that I have from people come from me being who I am. I appreciate you calling, Anthony. Thank you. All the way from Australia.
Yeah. Oh, good. All
right, brother.
Gotcha.
Later. The one-on-one consultations, DanteNero.com. Y'all know what it is. Also, let me put up the Patreon, if you on a budget, that's the best way to get this information a little more personal, where I can, I'm kind of more hands-on with that. Every level gives you a little closer to me. Let's get this real quick. Yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Hey, it's Matthew. I'm calling from Baltimore.
What's going on, Matt?
Hey, so before I jump in this, hopefully I didn't not step on anyone's toes because I just joined the stream, but I got some questions about my relationship that I'm currently seeing a girl. I've been dating her for about 2.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
But even though I've been dating her all this time, I kind of have desires to like step out and see other people.
Okay.
Even though the relationship's good, it's not terrible. It's good for what it is. But
okay.
Sometimes I want to be satisfied.
Okay. What's your question?
So, how am I able to, I guess, bridge that gap where I want to stay with this person, but I still want to, mess around sometimes and maybe just not even so much just like date other people, just get to know other people and other women, I guess, other women. And
how old are you?
25.
Okay, so, all right. So I'm gonna break this down in a way that maybe you can understand this. You know how when you first start meeting women and you start getting laid, right? First of all, what's your body count right now?
I'm not really counting. I mean, it's up there.
Like,
I want to say,
give me an approximate.
It's over 10, but less than 20.
Over 10, less than 20, right? Okay, so I used to, you know how you keep track when you're younger, right? So let me just say I was a lot less mature than a lot of people, right? So I kept a book up until I was 32, right? At 32 years old, my number was about 1,400. Okay. Oof. And I would say, I'm just saying, at 32 years old, I stopped counting, and I was at about 1,400. Okay. So let's say I go. You said you're 25.
Yes, 25.
So let's say I was at 25. Let's say that I was at fucking 700-800. Right? You go to church? You ever gone to church?
So I did growing up.
Okay.
So that's why my numbers are... everybody that I have fucked, I could fill your church up. And there would probably be people waiting outside to get in, right? So what I'm trying to say to you, it is not like it's unreasonable for you to be 20-some years old, right? And want to spread your wings. I mean, your testosterone is at some of the highest levels that you have. You have this desire, you want to get, and I totally get that you want to do what you want to do, and you can. You just can't do it with everybody.
and you just can't make it. You can't be in a situation where you define your life by what somebody else wants. You got to define your life. You got to put your happiness first, because if you don't, nobody else will. Now, I would honestly say this. With my numbers was ridiculous, right? It took me a really long time to learn that the best sex I ever had was with somebody that I liked, and they liked me, and they wanted to please me, and I wanted to please them, and there was this kind of intimate connection. And it took me a long time to understand that, right? And in the process, the numbers just kept ticking up, right? So even though I seemed like a really wise guy about things, but a lot of things I was really thick. And I have friends of mine that I grew up that stripped with me, and that grew numbers are higher than that. I got a friend of mine he's probably 55 years old. His numbers probably around, if I had to estimate, is around 3,800, right? And he's like 55 years old, and he's still knocking the numbers down. Got a replaced hip, and he's still knocking it down. So what I'm saying to you is, you got to do what you want to do, but you also have to understand that every time that you're looking beyond, looking what's greener on the other side, it's difficult when you don't have options. So when you do have the options, and you can actually make decisions. And so now, if somebody is interested in me and they seem like they're going to be a problem, right? I don't indulge, because because my peace of mind is more. It took me a long time to get that. I mean, it was crazy bitches. I put my dick in that I knew was going to be a problem.
Right.
It took me a long time. I remember at the time when I was at the height of my stripping, I remember taking this chick home. She was a stripper. We went to the hotel, and she was in the bathroom where the girls were, everybody was talking shit in the bathroom, right? And she goes, takes a shower, gets in the bed with me, and she goes, all them bitches was talking about you, and they all want to fuck you, and if you ever cheat on me, I'm gonna stab you in your heart, right? Said this
First
to
time
me.
you met her, right?
And I said, you got to get up and get your clothes. She said, what are you talking about? I said, you gotta go. Let me call you a cab, because there was no Uber then, right? Let me call you a cab. You got to go home. Why? Why you want me to go home? I said, because now here's my point of view. Let's say, for instance, she stabs me in the heart, right? With a steak knife. I'm sitting in the emergency room. They don't want to take the knife out of my heart because they don't want me to bleed to death. And the doctor says to me, was there anything that would give you an idea that this woman might stab you in the heart? And I say to the doctor, well, yeah, there was one thing she said that would make me think she would stab me. And he goes, what was it? Well, she told me she was going to stab me in the heart. Do you understand? Now I'm sitting there, and he goes, so she told you this, and you still indulged? That is when you learn to, hold on real quick. Big shout out to David Harvey. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Also, big shout out to Elaine LaForest. Thank you for the 20. Xavier Karina, thank you for the 5. Deontel Williams, thank you for the $2 on the Cash App. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. So what I'm saying is you grow it, but it's okay for you to want to expound and kind of explore into different things that you haven't done before, and if you want to put, you just gotta say, this is what I want to do. Now that doesn't mean, if you're honest, there's a good chance that she could be hurt by that.
Right. I've been kind of hitting at it, like trying to. No,
you gotta be honest. Look, I like this relationship, and it's it's cool, but I'm really young, and I want to explore, and I want to meet other people. I want to do it, and look, it's probably better we break up. And if she says, You just want to break up, and you go. Well, I just, I mean, you don't care about me. Yeah, I care about you, but I want to do what I want to do, and I don't want to put you in a situation where I'm lying to you about what you think I am, and I'm not going to do that. Then at least she gets to make a decision if she wants to stay.
Right.
And if you have created enough capital in her life where she thinks that you're worth her time and her energy, she'll stay.
And that's what I would like that, because I want to continue being friends and everything like that. But I want to be.
And you might not understand something. You may not be friends. It doesn't matter if you're going to be friends. You got to be honest. You understand?
And to be honest with you, I've listened to your stream for a little while and listened to you talk. So I actually kind of made a mistake, because I broke up with her like months ago, and then I got back together with her.
Yeah.
Because she was always still around, and it was hard to separate, because we had that friendship and everything. So it's hard for me to even separate and go my own path at that point. So we kind of just wound up back together, and now I'm like, having those things pop up.
You got to understand something, that your true nature is always going to come through. And if this is what you're going to do, it's always going to be in the back of your mind. And just consider yourself lucky enough that you can actually kind of access it and kind of do what you want to do. There's a lot of people who can't,
Yeah.
But you got to be honest, and you got to tell her, look, I don't want to. This is what I want to do, and look, nobody wants. Here's what she would want. She would want you. She wants you to like her more than you like her, and that's just not going to happen. So, and she would love if you lied about it and made and acted like you liked her more. But if she doesn't want to know that you're lying about it. She wants you to lie about it and then act like it's not so.
Yeah. And I feel like we both know what it is. We're just kind of like being around the bush, both of us. So.
Yeah, she knows that you're not into it as much as she is, but she can make a decision about what is having some of him better than not having none of him. And she might say, yeah, if I can't have it all, I won't have none. She's allowed to say that. But at least on a base level, she's not looking at you like you deceived her and you made her, because she know, trust me, she knows what it is.
Right. And that's the last thing I want to do, is be a liar and have to hide and sneak around and stuff like that. I don't have time for that kind of thing.
And let me tell you something honest. You might find out as you mature that she might be a better thing than you've ever had later. But if you lie to her, you create a situation where you can't go back because she can't trust you.
That's what okay, so it's better to be honest.
Your credibility is more important than anything else, man.
Right. Don't want to burn bridges. I hear you.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Damn, it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna open I'm gonna talk a little shit, and then I'm gonna shut this down because I gotta get ready to do Godfrey's. And if there's any more calls, I will take one more. Let me go through the comments real quick. Let me go through the super chat. Just sending some support by David Harley official. Thank you, brother. That's $4.99. All right, this will be the last call of the night. Oh, Harry, you calling in?
Accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, how can I help you, Harry?
Listen, long time, first time.
This is your first time calling in?
I need some advice.
How can I help you?
Yeah, Dante, I need some advice. Getting late too much now because of your teaching, and you ruined me. And I don't know how to be a normal man anymore. So I'm pissed off. I couldn't help because of the echo and stuff that I couldn't help. Because some of that first guy, that was my story. I always thought the world was against me. There was losers and winners. So I wish I could have helped. But I am calling to plug my thing after this. If I wanted to be here for this tonight, but if anyone wants to climb aboard what I'm doing later on in like a minute or two. Harry Has ADHD on YouTube at Harry Turjanian, you know. So that would be nice.
All right, Hack. And jump on with Harry if y'all not doing nothing. You know, thanks for calling in, Harry. You wanna send me something from the Cash App?
Yeah. Well, you send me something, then can I borrow like $20, and then I can,
so you can
send it to you. Yeah.
All right, I'll Venmo you $20, and you can Cash App me 10. How about that?
So as long now we all feel good about life.
Yeah, we're gonna help that guy, Harry. Denzel, we're gonna help that guy.
I hope so, man. That tugged at my heartstring. I think everyone felt for that guy.
Yeah.
It was so intense. I thought he was pranking us for a second. I'm always looking out for pranks. I thought he was like,
they don't prank us here, bro. Alejandro,
no, I know, but he was sincere.
Alejandro wants to get in one more call. Alejandro, call in. I'm hanging up on you, Harry. I got one more call.
All right, follow me. Harry Has ADHD. We're starting right now. See you guys.
Later. Good, Alejandro. I'm going to wait for your call. Hold on. Let me turn the phones on. So we don't... Give me a minute. All right, Alejandro, call me. I'm holding on. Let me put up the banners, everything. The one consultations is DanteNero.com. Let's see. The Patreon is... Patreon, www.patreon.com/manschool202. That's the budget way to get help. Here's Alejandro. We getting it. Bam.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Alejandro, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, Dante, it's Alejandro. I'm from
brother?
Florida.
What's going on, Florida?
I'm chilling. Yeah, I've been listening to you for a long time. I just want to say I appreciate you and Harry. Both of you guys have been listening for like 8 years, and definitely you both have helped me become a better man and the person I am today. But
I'm happy, bro.
So pretty much
makes me happy.
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely got to sign up to the Patreon and eventually get a consultation. I've been doing, well, my bad. Real quick, just I didn't start hooking up with girls or none of that. I had no game at all, like until I was 19, 20 when I started listening to you. Pretty much. I mean, I was working on myself before then, but started getting game, all that, financially better. Been in the gym, all that. Just like you say, got to work on yourself.
Yeah.
But so what I got going on though is, I mean, it's nothing too big, but so there's this girl I like at work, and I work in the health field, and there's a lot of women around me all the time, and I'm chilling with them. They ask me what's up, and I've let them know. I guess I messed up by letting them know that like if I get with girls sometimes, or like I'm going on a date, I'll tell them what's up. So I let them know, and then eventually now I've been at this job for a while now. I've kind of got this thing for a girl now, and she's into me, I think. Like, we get flirty. I've been a little touchy with her. I mean, try to keep it away from a bunch of people or whatever, all that.
Yeah.
Anyways, but because she knows that I do my thing, I get with other girls. I've even hooked up with a couple girls at our job, but I work at a hospital, so hundreds of people. It's not like they know.
Yeah, not only that, but I mean, hospitals are one of the dirtiest places in the world, because what happens is y'all work long hours. A lot of them women are in there for hours on double, triple shifts, and sometimes they just want to get a nice poking in the slop sink, in the closet.
You feel me?
And you spend so much time with each other so much, so it's bound to happen. But what is your question? You think that because of your reputation?
Basically, yeah. And she's like religious, and she's like, I've asked her over the phone, and she's like, I don't know. And then I saw her later, like a day later, because I was working with her, and she's like, she pretty much says my track record doesn't line up with what she wants. Like, she's religious, she wants like a family and all that. And I'm not gonna lie, I've never had a girlfriend, but I've hooked up with a lot of girls. I've tried to have serious things in the past, but things just end up not working out. Maybe a girl moves, something like that. But pretty much, yeah, she's not taking me, she doesn't think I actually want to be something serious. Not that I even want her to be. Not that I even want to be in something serious with her.
You don't. Is she wrong in thinking that you don't want nothing serious?
Oh no, I do want something serious. I've just how you told the previous caller before Harry, like,
yeah,
you gotta. You said you're trying to do your thing when you're younger, and I mean, like right now, my count's up there. I mean, it's not like yours, but I was doing my thing, so I've been chilling, and now I'm like, okay.
You haven't made a decision about this girl. You just wanna date her and see.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't even know if I do like her like that, but like I was thinking, like I told you, I do get real flirty with her, and we do I even got a little handsy and stuff, like I said. Yeah, for sure. She's giving me like nicknames and.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. She's a religious chick who her religion and whatever the fuck, which is, it's just, for me, it's just absurd to me. I mean, I hate to put my own shit on this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But it's like,
go for it.
How the fuck you? How do you, if you believe in a God and he's built universes, why does he give a fuck about where you put your dick? I don't know. There's galaxies that you build, and somehow you give a fuck about where Alejandro puts his dick and where. It doesn't logically. It just doesn't make sense.
No, that's how I told her. I'm like, I don't judge. My bad.
But that's just me. My point is that if you asked her out and she said no.
She's like, I don't know. She just said like, I don't know, and like kept it kind of open. But I pretty much is a no, I guess, honestly. But was it a no? Or have
you given her a distinct? Listen, I want to take you to such and such. Like, have you given her a distinct date and time where you want to take her out?
I told her this Sunday. But I didn't tell her yet because I was trying to see like the vibe, and that's when she said, "I don't know."
Yeah, don't worry about the vibe. She's either on it or not. She either wants to be down or she don't want to be down. And
pretty much.
And understand something. When you have a track record, all that does to a woman is says other women find him attractive and a fine. Like, women validate other men to each other. So all of this about you this and you that, look. I mean, I don't talk about my numbers, but it has never been a situation. It's funny. I had a comic friend of mine. I was hanging out with these two chicks for a while, right? And they were like into each other. They were into me and stuff. And then I went, and this comic friend of mine, she was like, every time I see you with a bunch of chicks. She said, but they all, somehow they all seem happy. Like they're all happy to be around you, So
Definitely.
So any chick with half a brain is gonna go, yeah, like that, man, that looks like fun, right? I want a slice of that. I would like to get a slice of that. And then the other thing is, very rarely is it a situation where they don't think they're dope enough to change you or take you anyway. My point is this: if you're saying she's religious, I mean, how religious is she? You don't even know if you like her. All you do is you put it down and say, listen, I want to take you such and such and such. Do you want to go or not? But if she says no, because this is not what she wants, stop flirting with her.
That's pretty much what I was gonna ask. Okay, yeah. Like, should I keep it going or just chill?
No, you shut it down. It's like, look, I like you because I like you. But I'm not going to give you this kind of validation for the rest of your life where you can you can Heisman me, keep stiff on me, and then I'm still giving you attention. I'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I still got like other dates lined up. It's not like I'm just waiting on her for sure, but
right. But I'm saying, if you ask her and she says no, and if she says no, the only way you get women to keep their word is that you have to hold them accountable for what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody says to me, "No, you too wild. I don't want to fuck." Okay, but I'm also not fucking with you no more. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm not angry, but I'm just not gonna waste my time, because why would I waste my time with somebody who doesn't think I'm good enough?
Yeah, for sure.
Because isn't it what she's saying? She's
pretty
saying,
much, yeah. She doesn't see him worth it. I am
pristine and holy, and I'm holier than now, and I am in God's favor, and you're just not good enough.
Yeah, definitely.
In my mind, I go, oh, really, bitch? Okay, cool. I'll let you. Right? And then go hang out with the cornball nigga from your church that buttons his shirt up all the way to the top and don't have nothing to say and ain't done nothing. Somebody who he don't go down and he don't lick booty hole and what, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yo,
come on, what are you doing?
No, that's the thing. That's what's funny. Real quick, she called me the nickname. She called me is Eater. That's just funny though with the. What you just said with the booty hole shit. So
it's just like, when you understand what your value is, nobody gets to tell you what your value is not.
Yeah,
and if they're
definitely.
going, yeah, you ain't this. Oh, is that what you think? Okay, cool. I see you.
Definitely.
And when you understand what your value is, you always got options.
For sure, no doubt.
Understand, women know what your worth is. How do they find out what your worth is? You tell them.
Yeah.
And when somebody says you're not good enough and you still stick around, what you're saying is you're right.
Yeah.
Please, could you please talk to me? You know, that's what you're saying. Okay? I think I lost you. Shit. Fuck. Alejandro, man, thanks for calling. I gotta shut this shit down anyway. Real quick, Patreon is www.patreon.com. Manschool202. The one-on-one consultation is DanteNero.com. Click on consult. The Cash App is at $ Dante Nero. You can still give me money even though we ain't on air. Man, I love y'all. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? Sexual Revolution being podcasted, man. I love y'all, man. It was a great show tonight. I think we got a lot of things going. Denzel, hit me up. Anybody that's got something to help this kid out, man, hit me on the Instagram. I'm gonna check my Instagram because I don't check my DMs a lot because it'd be a lot of dumb shit on it. But hit me tonight and I'll go through it tonight and I'll take the names and stuff and make the connections. All right? Peace.